Hello and welcome to Better Body Movement. This class is designed to help you start feeling well.
I have less pain, literally eliminate that pain.
I just feel better.
I can tell that my posture is changing.
Bright light in the day when we've done our workouts online.
Makes me feel so good about myself.
The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue this same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the Tibialis Posterior and the Flexor digitorum longus. The Tibialis Posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The Flexor digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the Tibialis Posterior and the Flexor digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions. The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue this same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the Tibialis Posterior and the Flexor Digitorum Longus. The Tibialis Posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The Flexor Digitorum Longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the Tibialis Posterior and the Flexor Digitorum Longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the Tibialis Posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions.
That's all I have to do is pull up the barrel.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with our day. So our dedicates still on the board here. Same as what we've had. So remember, if you don't know, our dedicates are just people or individuals or things that we are praying for throughout the day, or our workouts especially. So if you ever have anyone or anything you want to put on this list, let me know. We would love to add them to our prayer list. So we will be going through that. Our verse of the day: for we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Hebrews 4:15. So I've always heard it said that the times that we feel like we're alone walking through something, that's actually the times where we're not the ones doing the walking, because we've been lifted up and carried, right? The footsteps, right? The little poem about the footsteps, and we think we're being abandoned, but yet He's the one carrying us and walking us through it, because He's actually made it through anything that we are going through. So that's such a good encouragement, knowing that we have a King, or we have a high priest who's able to do that. So let's go ahead and jump into our workout. So total body day. Remember, as we get moving, right, we just want to warm up that body and the tissue. These are some of the tools that you might need to get through that workout. So remember, just do your best as we go, especially round one. Don't worry about going hard or fast or any of that. Just connect the body and get things moving here, okay? Remember, move our shoulders with the arms here, trying to open up and change positions. Get those arms going. Again, doing your absolute best through the whole thing. Well, should be a good track meet night tonight. It's the last one for Lauren, so we're excited for her. It should be all done. And it's a good thing we're at the end of the season, because I don't know if she's really ready for the physicality of having to go. Last night, Dad, can you rub my leg, rub my back, rub my. If you didn't have a dad who didn't know how to massage, was this how you would act still?
Well, I do have Dad.
She sure does. So I told her, I said,
There's
no,
many
I'm not.
times I'm thinking, where is Shay? I need my shoulders.
Oh.
And remember, your children are always your children, no matter how old they are. So
Yep.
if she's 50-some years old, you're still around. Dad, will you look back?
My back.
My daddy
Hurts.
still wanted to hold me even after Daddy's stroke.
Oh yeah, they'll always be my little girls. But I told her, I said, you know, I didn't want to work on her last night because I'm like, I think you'll just, because she always asks right before she goes to sleep. I'm like, that's a terrible time to do that, because you got to get your muscles moving, you got to drink water, it helps it work better. But yeah, we'll see. Or maybe I'll just work on her today when I get home before we have to go.
So when is school out?
Not this coming Tuesday, but the following.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they've only got, 8 days of
Really?
8 days of school, yeah.
Wow.
24th.
So the 24th, they're done?
Done.
Jackson will turn 18.
Yeah.
So he'll be a senior.
Yeah, it's coming up fast.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they got a school that
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Hence the pool's up and running.
And you're giving swimming lessons, huh?
Yeah. Good. Remember, with this movement, if you've got things going on in the low back, any sort of narrowing, arthritis, you don't have to get your hips turning underneath you. You can just do a little motion within the hip joint. Okay? It'd be helpful just trying to get that joint lubricated, ready to go. Then we move into our hip flexor stretch. Remember, as that leg goes back, I want you to straighten the knee and then tuck the butt cheeks. Okay? Nice tight squeeze. As that tuck, opening, moving the pelvis under, that's what's going to open the front of the hips and create a better hip flexor stretch. Just do a 1-2 count, kind of lift up that knee, make that hip flexor work, and then do the other side. Once you get done with it, lift up, make it work. Okay. And again, total body day, so make sure you take your time, work through the positions nice and easy for round one. It does go kind of quick, so if you're not keeping up, that's fine. Just pick one aspect of what we're doing and try to get that. Okay?
Did you look at it?
3, 2, 1. Get ready for row squats.
Took me a while. I'm looking at it, trying to figure it out.
Someone else has an actual
3,
eye.
2, 1. Row squats.
Go 1A state.
Yeah.
Go 1A state. All right, here we go. Again, nice easy pressure. Make sure your shoulders are down and back. Our first round is all about trying to figure out how do I stabilize my butt, my belly, and my bra strap, right? Pulling those shoulder blades. down and back as hard as you possibly can. I guess it's not
That's halfway.
stabilizing my bra strap, it's stabilizing your bra strap. But I don't have one, so it'd be hard for me to do. But thinking about that for our shoulders, right? Trying to get the shoulder blades down and back out of the ears, but yet we're not arching the back to get there. We want to compress the core, tuck the butt,
3,
keep the pressure
2,
in those hips.
1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Okay, chest press lunge. Again, here we want to make sure you're popping the beach ball with the elbows. This is not a drive through the hands.
3,
Elbows.
2, 1. Chest press lunge.
Okay, so core nice and tight, shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze nice and firm through. Again, do your best. Through that position. Again, you're trying to use both feet or
That's
both
halfway.
legs, right? You're driving up with both knees, straightening those legs. And again, stay tall and tight. Always want to go back to, am I keeping my core tight? Am I squeezing my shoulder blades down and back? And am I using my butt cheeks, pinching the penny nice and tight? Okay, good compression.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl. Good mornings.
Good. Hammer curl, good mornings.
3, 2, 1. Hammer curl. Good mornings.
Thank you very much. Remember, on our good mornings, we're trying to reach the butt behind us. So again, stabilize the belly, right? Should be tight through this whole position. If I'm arching
That's
way
halfway.
up, that's bad. If I'm reaching or allowing my back to fall, that also is bad. We want to maintain a neutral spine. Okay? With one lever, not multiple levers through each one of your vertebrae.
3,
Right? You don't want
2,
those going through.
1.
It's nice.
Transition to step up overhead press.
Good. Step up overhead press. So doing your best. While you push up, it's really good to focus on the stability by compressing your
3,
core and
2,
locking the
1.
leg you're standing.
Step up overhead
Okay.
press.
Good tight squeezes. Again, doing your best. Stabilize through the core. Try to really balance. Right? You might distract
That's
yourself by
halfway.
pressing your arms more and just balance on one leg. And see, can I stay balanced through 3, 4 presses overhead? Okay. Again, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge. 3, 2, 1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Again, stay nice and tall, shoulder blades down back. Compress your core just as hard as you possibly can. Squeezing nice and tight. Again, firm butt, belly, and bra strap. Hold each one tight. Right? I say put that on a continual
halfway.
loop, so you should be reminding yourself, butt, belly, bra strap. And each time you say one of those, rethink about how to squeeze each one. Keep going, butt, belly, bra strap. And I hold that position while I create movement. If the answer is no,
3,
keep trying.
2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Okay, here we go. Hamstring curl pull aparts. Remember, as we're sitting here, if you're in a chair pulling into the foam roller, or even a couch, or
3,
chair, whatever you've got,
2,
pull those
1.
heels hard.
Hamstring curl pull aparts.
Okay, still sitting tall, head up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down and back, core is still compressed, holding you in position. Squeeze tight and tall. Your absolute best.
That's
Absolute best.
halfway.
Very good. Again, contract and control. Compress that core shoulder blades.
3,
Down that.
2,
Squeeze
1.
firm.
Long rest.
Awesome. Okay, long rest. Go ahead and get a drink. Now it's decision time. We have 3 rounds left, so you can pick how you're going to progress. So you can either stay slow and controlled, just work neurologically, trying to connect everything. That's fine. You can work towards strength, which means you add more resistance, more weight. You can do more repetitions with kind of similar weight, move faster through your positions, or you can do strength and that cardio, add resistance and pull faster. That's going to be much more calorie burn, firing more muscle tissue as you go. So pick what you want to do and
3,
stick with it. Stick with it.
1. Get ready for row squats.
Okay, get ready for the row squats.
3, 2, 1. Row squats.
You go straight.
I'm here to exercise.
Huh?
I come here to exercise.
Here to exercise, I suppose. You could. Hopefully it's something good. Ooh. Good core compression. Stay tall. Remember, if you're leaning against the
That's
wall,
halfway.
press against the floor, right? You're trying to compress and hold nice and tight.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to chest press lunge. 3, 2, 1. Chest press lunge.
Good. Chest press lunge, make sure you compress that core, squeeze nice and tight. Firm compliance.
That's halfway.
Do your absolute best. Compressing that core, staying nice and tight. Again, if that shear motion is too much, the step forward is too much on your
3,
knees, just stay in
2,
position. Switch
1.
halfway.
Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
Okay, hammer curl good mornings. Butt to the wall when you stand up tall. You should not be arching your back to get there,
3,
but you should
2,
be tucking
1.
your
Hammer
butt.
curl good mornings.
Press and squeeze, tall, tight, and then push your butt back. Okay, so nothing in your waist should ever change here. Right, the core is compressed so tight all the way through, just like yesterday's core day. Think extension of the hips, like bridges. Right, we're here. Back is
That's
flat.
halfway.
Press the hips forward, back. Okay? Remember, do your best all the way through. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Core compressed, shoulders down and back.
3, 2, 1.
Squeeze through.
Transition to step up overhead press.
Step up overhead presses.
3, 2, 1. Step up overhead press.
So as you step up and press overhead again, the core should stay tight. You're pressing through that foot to get up tall. Good squeeze. Firm compression. Good thing
That's
we're working on
halfway.
it today.
Yeah, better on one foot than I am on the other.
Good. Again, compress, really lock that leg. Think like VMO day, right? Leg day, when we lock those knees, You want to hold that firm. Butt cheeks are still tight. Core is firm. That's where balance is going to be maintained.
Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
That's better. Okay, chest press lunge.
3,
Or tricep
2,
press down lunge.
1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Okay, remember with the step back, same thing. If you need to stay in one position, that's fine. Second feet up, go down, and squeeze up. Switch feet halfway through. Okay, up to you. You can even break these down and do one or the other. Okay? It doesn't have to be both.
That's halfway.
This is just our way of trying to get all of it connected. Make the brain think through your movements. Good. Core compress, tight, tight, tight. Squeeze firm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Okay, hamstring curl pull aparts. Last one this round. Remember, do your best. Maintain your positions. Butt, belly, bra strap are tight.
2, 1. Hamstring curl pull aparts.
Squeeze the heels. Drive those shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze firm, firm, firm. Rest, tight, tight, tight. Stay up, shoulders.
That's halfway.
Remember, if you can, I want your back off the chair. Try to sit tall. Hold those shoulder blades. Almost done, ladies. Good, good, good.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
Awesome. Two rounds down, 2 to go. So we're halfway through. Remember, grab a quick drink. You might just do small drinks as you go. Really about 2 ounces would be what I would want. So that way by the time we're done with 4 rounds, you had about 8 ounces of water through your workout. It's about right. But again, focus on how you're going to perform the next movements. That's our official halfway point for the day.
1. Get ready for row squats.
Get ready to go.
3, 2, 1. Row squats.
Again, if you're leaning against the wall, remember you're trying to push into the floor. You're pushing yourself up the wall. So I'm not just passively falling down. I want to actively be pushing up, squeezing my butt cheeks, compressing the core, shoulder blades down and back. Drive, drive, drive. Nice and hard.
That's halfway.
Squeeze firm. Pressing all the way through, okay? All the way through. Again, it's your best. Your best.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Okay, chest press lunge.
Three, 2, 1. Chest press lunge.
Remember, stay tall. That step forward, you can turn into just a stationary lunge. You don't have to switch every single time, but do create a good compression through the core.
That's halfway.
Pecs tight, squeezing to your center. Hold nice and firm. Good, good. Do your best all the way through.
1. Transition to hammer curl. Good mornings.
Awesome. Okay, good morning, hammer curls. Mornings, butt to the wall behind you. Stand up tall,
3,
squeezing
2,
nice and tight.
Hammer curl good mornings.
Good core compression. Remember, squeeze those butt cheeks to stand up tall. And again, shoulder blades pinching back. And to be honest, for most of you, if
That's
you
halfway.
can't overextend, if you can't get your shoulders way back behind your ears, I want you to try. Okay, exaggerate. Keep it there and really keep those shoulders back on your way, pushing the butt behind you. Okay, keep those shoulders there. Okay. If you find it's
3,
pretty easy to
2,
get overextended,
1.
that's where we need to
Transition to
focus
step
on
up
maintaining
overhead
our
press.
posture. I just find so many of us, it's so easy to be rolled forward, arched back. So we want to try to avoid that.
3, 2, 1. Step up overhead press.
Step up overhead press, stay tall and tight, squeeze firm. Good core
That's
compression,
halfway.
squeeze firm, firm, firm. Again, doing your best all the way through. Compress, compress, compress.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press
Awesome.
down step back lunge.
Okay, tricep press down, step back lunge. So again, maintain your spinal brace. Okay, I cannot emphasize this enough.
3,
These
2,
are big
1.
movements.
Tricep press down step back lunge.
These are compound movements. You're moving a lot of things all at once. It's really easy to forget what your core is supposed to be doing. Do not sacrifice your core just to get more repetitions. You get more resistance. We want the core tight through the entire thing. Okay, firm squeezes. Tight, tight, tight.
That's halfway.
Stay tall. Firm compression.
Three, 2,
Good.
1. Transition to hamstring curl pull apart. 3, 2, 1. Hamstring curl pull apart.
Look at that, round 3, almost done. Here we go. Good pull, sit tall, shoulder blades, staying upright. Okay? And again, we're not arching our back when we sit down. We'll hold that in position still. Okay, so shoulders, belly, and butt.
That's
Butt, belly,
halfway.
bra strap. The 3 B's to perfect posture. Good, good, good. Again, squeeze firm, compress well. Doing your best through the movement. Tight squeeze.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
Awesome. Very good.
Must have turned the heat on in here, huh? Could be my bucket.
It's working the sweat. All right, one more round. Again, pick exactly what you need. If you need control and connecting the brain to the muscle tissue, go slow, controlled. More repetitions. It's going to be more of a cardio workout, getting that heart rate going. More resistance is strengthening, or we can do a cardio where you do both. Calorie burn, where we do the cardio and the strengthening. So pull more and add more resistance.
3,
It's going to be much
2,
more difficult.
1.
Makes the body work
Get
in a way
ready
that
for
it
row
just hasn't.
squats.
So very beneficial, helpful to do that. So long as you can maintain your butt, your belly, and your bra strap. It's kind of always the standard.
3,
You can't keep
2,
those, change
1.
something else.
Row
Right?
squats.
Reduce resistance or reduce repetitions, but keep these going. Good firm control. Squeeze tight. And doing your absolute best.
That's halfway.
Tall and tight, core compress. Squeeze nice and firm. Butt cheeks together. Tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Good. Chest press lunge. Remember, stay stationary if you need to. You don't have to do the step up. And then halfway,
3,
just switch your lead
2,
foot.
1. Chest press lunge.
Okay, I want you doing your best all the way through. Compress the core, squeeze nice and tight, holding firm, firm, firm. Okay. The best that you can do is all that I want. Your best. Pressing firm, right? Think center of the chest.
That's halfway.
Right? You're trying to squeeze those pecs nice and tight to your middle. Squeeze firm. Very good. Finish all the way through. Do your best. Stick with it. Okay, again, best includes your butt, belly, and bra strap.
1. Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
Very good. Hammer curl good mornings. Remember, your butt goes back to the wall behind you. Core stays tight,
3,
shoulder blades
2,
locked in
1.
place. Down
Hammer
and
curl good
back.
mornings.
Good squeezes. Good squeezes all the way through. Compress, firm, firm, firm. Ladies, again, it's not about how
That's
far you
halfway.
move, it's about getting the butt to actually hinge behind you. As soon as the hinge stops, that's all the farther you need to go, right? Because usually the rest is going to come from your back movement. So don't let that low lumbar move.
3,
Or you can think
2,
pushing your belly button.
1. Transition to step up overhead press.
Here we go. Step up overhead press. Again, balance is dictated by how firm your foot squeezes the floor, your leg, your core,
3,
and your butt cheek
2,
squeeze. Okay?
1. Step up overhead press.
Get that foot planted into the ground. Press that core. Squeeze the hips nice and tight. Hold the leg firm. Then you can do your 1, 2, 3, and then switch legs. Or again, if you're going for more of a cardio type thing, you can move quickly through these movements, making it
That's
work for
halfway.
you. Compress, tight, 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 all the way through. Very good. Almost there. Compress, compress, compress. Hold it all the way through. And do your absolute
3,
best.
2, 1. Transition
Good.
to tricep press down step back lunge.
Okay, a few more. Tricep press down. So again, on your step back
3,
lunges,
2,
you need to maintain it.
1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Fine, go as low as you can with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Make sure you use both legs. You should not be trying to dominate this with 1 foot. Okay? See that a lot. We start transitioning to weight forward on that front leg, and then we try to push forward through that. So press tight.
That's halfway.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice and firm. Okay, do your best. Very good, ladies. Working through it. Press that core tight.
3,
Squeeze,
2,
firm, firm.
1. Transition to hamstring curl pull apart.
Last one. And we are all done for the day. Move on to enjoy our wonderful weekend.
3, 2, 1. Hamstring curl pull apart.
Here we go. Good hamstring pulls. Remember, you're bending those knees, pulling those heels hard. You're thinking break that foam roller under your feet or your couch, whatever you're pressing your heels into. Squeeze firm, firm, firm. Do your best. And again, stay tall, shoulder blades, core, butt, those should
That's
all
halfway.
still be working. Squeeze tight. Squeeze tight. Good, ladies, finish all the way through, all the way through. Do your absolute best. Compress, compress, compress.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Way to be rock stars.
Very good job. All right, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Remember, we do have some SMR after we're finished here, so we're going to jump into that. Make sure you work through those calves. Remember, anytime we have the SMR work, if it's something you need, make sure you do it because it's going to be helpful in changing that tissue. If you have another problem that maybe isn't what we're working on, so today's calves, maybe you have a shoulder issue going on, go into our playlist, find the video for shoulder range motion or shoulder issues, and do that, okay? If you feel like, hey, I'm doing pretty good, I don't feel like I have a lot of problems, do the one today anyway because it's meant to be preventative, right? We want to find those areas that hurt, work through them, make sure we heal that tissue so we feel better, right? It's all about trying to reestablish balance between muscles that should be working and muscles that should be on a relax, okay? Have a fantastic weekend as always, ladies. I am here to help you move well so you live well.
The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue the same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the Tibialis Posterior and the Flexor Digitorum Longus. The Tibialis Posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The Flexor Digitorum Longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the Tibialis Posterior and the Flexor Digitorum Longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, Place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions.